This is an awesome practice for those days when you just want to lengthen, you don't want to push too much, you don't want to work out, you just want to chill out. This is your practice. Bring along 2 blocks of blanket and let's get started. To begin today's practice, lying on our backs. Interlace your hands behind the back of your head and just allow your thumbs to sort of sit in those little divots in the back of your neck, the occipital lobes, suboccipital muscles, and open your elbows out to the sides. From here, gently massage those little places, that little divot on each side, maybe side to side, and then turn your head gently to the right. Releasing through the upper neck and back. Big breath in. Rubbing on either the left side or the right side. See which side feels more tight for you, and then just allow your thumbs to go in there and just gently massage. And then come back through center, full breath in. As you exhale, turn your head to the other side and again begin massaging on that side and just notice what side feels a little more tight. Sometimes it's the opposite side, sometimes it's the same side as the way you turned. So just notice what's there. Don't judge it or add to it by telling yourself, oh gosh, I'm so tight, or any of that. Just notice it and then be kind to yourself and let yourself come back into this moment, right here in the present. And then bring your head back through center with your elbows pressing into the floor. And I like to do this knees bent, but you can certainly extend your legs long. Elbows pressing into the floor, drop the right elbow towards the right hip, and then turn your head to look at the left elbow. And then once your head gets to the left elbow, draw the right elbow down a little bit more. Turn your head a little more to the left. Drawing the chin back and the head back, the back of your head into your palms. And then slide and glide your head back through center. Full breath in. Long breath out, and then we're just going to the other side. So we're just mobilizing the middle of the back and the neck, the upper back. Turn your head all the way to the right. So you're looking at the right elbow. Maybe your eyes are closed. Draw the left elbow down a little bit more. Breathe here. Open through the whole right side of your chest. Can you feel how that opens the right chest even? Draw the right elbow down to your degree without strain, and then come back through center. Full breath in, long breath out. From here, draw your head up, pull your navel down as if you were doing cat and cow on your back. So you're lifting up, navel comes down, and then as you exhale, reverse it. Draw your elbows now back to the floor. Put a nice beautiful arch in your low back and in your cervical spine and your neck. Breathe, inhale. Exhale, round the spine, navel in. Looks like an old school crunch, but it's not. I mean, yes, you're definitely using core, but that's not the intention. And then dropping it back. Open elbows, look behind you 2 more times. Drawing it up. You're just allowing all the muscles and the spinal vertebrae of the upper back, looking back behind you, to release and mobilize. Here we go, last time. And open and back you go. From here, draw both arms down alongside you. Drop both knees over to the left. Feeling openness through the right side, and then bring them back up and then go to the right. And then bring them back up. Full breath in. Drop the knees to the right, and we're going to hold here a little bit longer. So it's a really gentle opening. You're dropping the right knee down a little further so you can feel this beautiful connection from the middle ribs, or maybe the lower ribs, all the way down over the frontal hip bone into the left knee. So the knee shouldn't feel like it's stretching, but you're allowing the quadriceps to release, and then come back through center. Arms can be alongside you, and gently go to the other side. So right knee comes down, pull the lumbar spine in. Maybe you turn your head away from your knees. That kind of completes the action. And you just give yourself a chance to breathe here. Knowing that when we breathe deeply, when we allow our body to rest and reset, then our nervous system isn't overactive. One more breath, inhale. And exhale and come back through center. And when our nervous system isn't overactive, you can place your hands on your abdomen and breathe in really deeply so you can feel your abdomen rising. And then as you exhale, falling. And continue that pattern of really inhaling deeply. Relaxing the sides of the neck and the top of the shoulders as you exhale. And let's do that 3 more times. Knowing that when we do this type of breathing, we encourage our nervous system to relax, and that means that our overall health and well-being is improved. In fact, even our cognition is improved, because what we know about the cranial nerves, the nerves that go up towards the brain, is that when we're stressed, it begins to cut off access to the part of our brain that does really clear thinking, abstract thinking. So we do our best to take steps to take care of ourselves. Breath is so important, you guys. So doing breath even when you're stressed, especially when you're stressed, is so important. All right, so let's move a little bit more. We're going to come up to seated. And you're going to actually come all the way up onto your knees. Now, if your knees are tender, grab a blanket or a pillow and just place it underneath your knees. It's just a kind way to treat your joints. And if they're not tender, you don't need to do that. And then we're going to take blocks, or you can have books, or you can go all the way to the floor. It depends on your range of motion. I like blocks because it allows me to move without overstretching. So left hand onto the top of the block, and then your right arm can reach up and over. Now, like I said, you can go all the way down to the floor, but it does kind of lift up on the lower back in a way that can be funky for a lot of us. So if you have a little coffee table or even no table, and you can just go side to side, okay? I like the blocks because we can hold there a little longer. One more breath here, inhale. And exhale up through center, and we're going to switch sides. So place your right hand on the block, opening up through the other side of your body. Begin to gently turn, opening, and then dropping any tension out of the neck. So maybe you look down to the floor. 2 more big breaths. Last one here, inhale. Exhale, come up through center, go to the first side one more time. So you're just opening up side body as you draw your pelvis forward. Inhale, looking down at your hand or the block. Exhale, one more breath as you continue to reach the right arm over and gently turn the right ribs up. And then up through center and swap. Do what feels right for the neck. Again, it can be down or turning to the side. One more big breath. Inhale and exhale. Come on up, and we're going to take the blocks. You can place them along the front of the mat if you have them. You don't have to. And you can leave the blanket there if you like, or pop it off to the side. And then we're going to come back into a downward facing dog. So You'll send your hips high, keep the bend in the knees, turn your heels slightly out and let your neck be loose. So this downward dog, the intention is to lengthen the spine. Full breath in, long breath out. Now we're going to get a twofer here. Walk your hands back towards you. Take hold of your right calf or outer leg with your left calf or your outer leg with your right hand. So you're going to take your right hand onto the left leg. And you can feel the twofer is that if you begin to straighten that left knee, you're going to feel a stretch to the back of the left leg. But as you do that, reach a little more with the right arm. Drop your head so you begin to get a stretch to the upper right back. Relax the neck. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale, both arms forward. And then we're going to switch sides. A little bend in the left knee. Take your left hand. Reach around outer leg, lower leg on the right side. Right leg is as straight as you can as you draw back through the right hip. And then reach, little emphasis through the left hand so you really can open the back. Take another 2 breaths. Inhale, reach and stretch. Relaxing the neck. Exhale. Inhale here. And exhale, really good. Walk it out, regular downward dog. Now draw your feet a little closer to each other, a little closer to your hands. Right leg backing up, bend that right knee. So you're opening through the entire right side of your pelvis. You can feel how that opens through the front of the hip. Full breath, inhale. Lift a little more. Exhale, bring your shoulders over your wrists. Use your core and step the right foot down so you're into a low lunge. You can use your blocks next to you. And you can either stay up, or if you drop your knee, it's a little more intense. So decide what you need for these 5 breaths. We are ultimately going to drop the knee in any case. So if you'd like to go in a little more gently, keep the knee off the mat. Lengthen through your spine and allow your core to stay engaged with you. One more breath here. Inhale. And exhale, dropping that left knee to the floor. You can use the blocks to hold on to with your hands at whatever setting feels good. Walk the right foot over to the right and let the right knee track wide. Lengthen your chest forward and just breathe into the left hip flexor. You can feel that begins to open there. Opening out through the right side, and maybe you shimmy a little side to side so you really can just feel into your pose. Sometimes we get in a pose and we move out of it so fast that it didn't get a chance to do its magic. So we're hoping for the magic. Right hand on the outside of that right knee, and then begin to twist. So you want to lengthen through the left side. You can feel that opens through the whole left lower ribs. And then peel back with the right elbow. Relax the right shoulder. So it doesn't have to work for you to get the release. Take 3 more breaths. Relaxing the toes. Last one, inhale. Exhale it out. Draw yourself back. Take your blocks with you, if you got them. And then roll over your back toes so you're stretching through the front leg, the right leg. This is an elongated triangle pose. Your elongated pyramid pose. Your classic pyramid pose has that the right foot forward as such, but it also has your left heel to the floor and it's a shorter stance. Here we want just a little more generosity, so we've opened the stance wider and longer. Take 2 more big breaths. Inhale. Really feeling the right leg stretching the back of the right leg. Press back a little bit through the right hip. Exhale. 1 more breath. Inhale. Nice. Exhale. Let's pop the blocks away. Core stays engaged as you come back into a high plank and then downward facing dog. Big breath in. Long breath out. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale, feet a little closer to each other. Left leg goes back. Bend that left knee. Open through the hips. Lift up a little bit more. Breathe. You're just letting the stress kind of melt off your body. Beautiful quote saying that just because you're in a storm doesn't mean the storm has to be in you, by Kirk. Amazing. One more breath. Lift a little higher. And then bring the left knee in, core engage. Place the left foot on the floor. You can place the blocks at the highest setting. Walk the right foot to the right. Lengthen spine or drop the knee, just like we did on the other side. Long spine. Emphasis through that length and the engagement of the core. So our core engagement really is going to help low back. Open the toes. Press through the ball of the right foot if the knee is off the floor. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale. Walk the blocks away. Walk your left foot to the left. Drop the right knee down. And now you can have the block like we did on the other side, underneath the right hand. Place the left palm around the left knee and begin that gorgeous opening. So not only are you getting this fantastic stretch for the right hip flexor, but you're getting a great twist. A twist that actually involves gently turning the whole abdominal complex to your left. So feel for that. Feel the opening, feel the releasing, pull that left elbow in, reach and lengthen through the back toes. 3 more breaths. Stay with you and with your breath. One more here. Inhale and exhale. We're going to close this puppy up. Blocks at the highest setting are always a good idea. Roll over your back toe, and then you're coming into that extended pyramid pose. Long spine, peel back through the left hip, and then descend, dropping your head towards your left leg. Now, it doesn't have to touch. That's not the game. It's about our intention really is to just be kind to our bodies, to release all of the stress and to remind ourselves of who we are. We are amazing beings that are so much more dimensional than the stress will have us believe, than all of it. So just see if you can access, even for a nanosecond, that energy of just being you, being relaxed, being above the fray. One more breath here. Inhale. Nice. Exhale. Bend into that left knee. Move the blocks out of the way. Come to a high plank. And then lower all the way down to the floor. We're coming into Sphinx Pose for this gentle class. Your elbows are underneath your shoulders. Peel open through your chest. Toes are straight back. Lengthen your heart and breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Really good. And then just drop your right hip slightly to the right and drop your right hip down, right ribs to the floor, turn, look over your left shoulder, and then go in the opposite direction. So you're just dropping the left hip down, turn like it's one smooth movement, turn your head right over your right shoulder. Full breath in, long breath out, and we're coming back up. So let's move it up into Child's Pose. Reaching back through your hips, breathing into your low back. So Child's Pose allows your low back to release. Give yourself 5 more breaths here. Often when we offer ourselves the permission to relax, we don't know how. And this is a beautiful way to do it. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale. Come on up through seated. We're going to take one seated position. So you can have crisscross applesauce. You could do Agni Sambhasana if you have a lot of laxity in your lateral rotators, that's fine. I'm teaching this more gently today. So place your right foot in front of your left. So your right foot's further away from you. You can always pop up, sit on a blanket. If this hurts your knees, you can do this on your back. And then just walk yourself forward into your seated piriformis stretch. So your arms can kind of be like they were in Sphinx, or you can reach them out a little further. And then draw forward with your low back, as if your low back was pulling forward into your abdomen, and let your eyes close, let your hands soften. One more breath, inhale. Walk your hands back, place them behind you, open your chest. And exhale it out, and then let's just swap sides. So now your left leg is further away, and then walk your hands out. And it's a good idea to sort of begin, as you enter each side, in sort of a like listening, more listening mode rather than pushing. And then once you get there and you're listening and you go, okay, I'm getting a signal, I can go a little bit further into the pose, then be there with it. Otherwise, staying back in a pose can be an act of love towards ourselves. So find what is the most loving towards you. Is it going further into the pose? Is it chilling back a little bit? Relaxing your head. One more big breath, inhale. And exhale, walk your hands back up to seated. Last pose, you're going to extend your right leg long. Take your left foot, and you can have it on the inside of your right leg. You could also have it on the outside. It's up to you. Inside's a little more gentle, outside's a little more twisty. And then with your left hand behind you, lift your right arm up to the ceiling. A little more gentle is going to be holding the outside of your left leg with your right elbow, and then begin to twist. If you feel like you need more, then you can use the outside of your right elbow and twist there. And you can feel this opens through both sides of your back. It's also great for digestion. Relax into the left shoulder and breathe for 3, 2, inhale, and unwind it. Come back through center, left leg long, right leg comes in or over. Right arm behind you, left arm up, either eye of that left elbow or the outside of the left elbow on the right knee. You want to imagine your spine is lengthening and lifting, and then you can begin to turn, but you're only turning to the extent to which it feels like a really healthy stretch. Anything beyond that is not good yoga. You want to feel like you're really respecting where you are today. One more full breath here. Turn a little more on the exhale if it feels good. And then drawing both feet in for Baddha Konasana. You can take the blocks, place them along the outside of your legs. Lengthen your spine, and that's great. You don't have to come all the way down. You can stay in a lengthened spine and draw your chest forward and breathe here. Using your breath, especially the exhale, as a way to soften through the gut. So much great research coming out, linking good abdominal gut bacteria to
excellent health outcomes. One more big breath, inhale.
And exhale. You can keep your blocks there underneath and then walk your legs away from you a little bit underneath your outer part of your thighs, and then lie back down onto the floor for a mini shavasana. So for the next few minutes, you can rest here or in any position that feels comfortable. I'm going to sign off and say namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today.